business centered around trades and technology. Our business was called Friendly Garden. The idea was to take wooden pallets and to turn them into garden boxes that would be sold in 2 different sizes. I was elected president, and my fellow colleagues made up sales, marketing, production, and human resources. Over the course of 5 days, not only were we the first all-female company program that JA Neo has ever had, but we did what most students do in 12 to 18 weeks. We created a business, developed the flower boxes, and sold the boxes to create a profit, all within 5 days. Throughout my time at Junior Achievement, I have learned so much about the ins and outs of running a business, as well as the challenges of being an entrepreneur entail. I would like to extend a thank you to the following people that took time out of their days to talk to our company. Dan Cardinal from Skills Ontario, Nigel Lester from Cambum Inc., Greg Ingram from Kawartha Pine Ridge District School Board, Brent Perry from Alf Curtis Home Improvements, Matt Strano and Jennifer Meek from Charlotte Products, Tanya Joy Barrett from New Beginnings Contracting Services. Thank you, Junior Achievement, and all the investors who made this opportunity possible for me and my fellow colleagues.
So as you can tell, we invested in a Toastmasters situation for Olivia as well. So well done. I'm now going to invite Tanya, who owns a construction firm up in the Lindsay area, and to tell you a little bit about the part she played in this.
Good evening. My name is Tanya Joy Bartlett, and I'm the owner and master electrician, heavy equipment operator at New Beginnings Contracting Services. Did you know that women currently make up only 48% of the construction work or the Canadian workforce? But unfortunately, we only comprise about 4% of the skilled trades industry, which really isn't much of a change since I started. The problem is only worsened when you consider the enormous labor gap that the industry is facing, and the impending retirement of thousands of men and women in the coming years out of the construction field. Junior Achievement recognizes the growing challenges in our industry that face the youth of our youth coming, and contractors like myself. Last month, not only did I get to witness the great work that the Junior Achievers are doing with these young women here, and through the skilled trades program in their community, but I also got to share with them what it's like to be a woman in a male-dominated industry. It is very exciting to see girls brainstorm a product, source the resources, and make a product, and build it, and then produce it and sell it within 5 days. They all deserve a pat on the back for this great accomplishment. I know I was worried about the impact of the pandemic and what it was going to do to our young junior achievers and how we would help them get on in their careers. With programs like the Junior Achievers and companies like myself out there supporting these young women, I think that we continue to grow this opportunity that's out there for all women and basically change the face of construction. Thank you.
She'd say junior achievers, and she'd look at me. I'm a senior achiever, okay?
I don't like speaking.
And finally, I would like to recognize and ask Jamie Nobes from the KPR board to say something.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say what a wonderful opportunity it has been for us to work with Junior Achievement over the past year. Last year, we were still able to engage every grade 10 student in Peterborough and Northumberland with the Junior Achievement World of Choices event. We had it planned out in October. We had to pivot, and then we had to plan, and then we had to pivot again. But we were still able to connect our grade 10 classes with role models in the community who are ambassadors and who are there to really help and foster relationships with our youth so that we can see them empowered in the workforce when they graduate. Thank you. It has been a an honor working with Junior Achievement, and the opportunities that it provides for our students has been so valuable. These girls were in a program in the summer called Focus on Youth, and this provided them an opportunity for 10 students to have a placement in the summer, and really empowered them to make choices and change their perceptions about different things in the community and in the workforce. So thank you. This is wonderful.
Thanks, lady. I was concerned that media wasn't showing up this evening, but I do want to recognize one of the best media supports we've had for the last 5 years, Michelle Ferrari. Welcome, Michelle. Second of order of business, and I can hardly wait for this to bring these fellows up to the stage to share. Olivia mentioned that some businesses that I made one phone call to and told them about the program in the summertime, and they were on it within 5 minutes. And I would just also mention that with that group also, Craig Mortlock Construction provided us with some funding as well. And he had a busy schedule and wished he could have been part of it all summer long. But so at this point, I'd like to welcome to the stage the president of Elf Curtis Home Improvements, Mr. Brent Perry, and from Park Place Financial and Peak and countless other things, Mr. Terry Wyndham. Gentlemen, would you join me up here? Brent, you're up first.
All right, I'm first. Oh, I love going first. Jeez. I'm getting there. All right. Good evening, everyone. And thank you for attending Junior Achievement's 6th Annual Business Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Brent Perry. I am third generation owner and president of Elf Curtis Home Improvements Castle Building Centers, as well as owner and president of Peterborough Truss and Floor Limited. 3 years ago, I had the privilege of watching my grandparents, Alf and June Curtis, walk across this exact stage to receive their plaque as they were officially inducted into Junior Achievement's Business Hall of Fame. That night, not only did I witness the induction of my grandparents and other business leaders into JA's Business Hall of Fame, I also learned about the amazing work and impact Junior Achievement has on our youth, not only in our community, but across our entire region. For way too long now, skilled trade jobs have been viewed as a lesser, undesirable last resort option, a career path that our youth shouldn't explore, instead of one that should be pursued by youth of all academic levels. I have worked in this industry now for 31 years, and I have seen more tradespeople retire from the industry than I have younger generations enter it. For years, there has been a shortage of skilled tradespeople, and that has me wondering where and how I was going to find new customers to replace those retiring from the industry. Junior Achievement's company program and their World of Choices program have allowed thousands of students to see the true benefits that a career in the trades industry can have. The program shows students that they can gain a career in direct employment without having to take on thousands of dollars in debt. After learning about Junior Achievement and understanding its focus, not only did I believe in what they were doing, I realized that supporting JA would help create future customers for my business. Being the entrepreneur that I am, I see that as an investment in my future customer sales, for that matter. And the satisfaction I get from helping the students who participate in Junior Achievement programs makes it all worthwhile to me. So for the 4th year in a row, on behalf of Elf Curtis Home Improvements, I would like to show our support of Junior Achievement. As well, this year, I would like to add Peterborough Truss and Floor to JA's list of supporters. It is my honor this year to provide JA with 2 checks that total $35,000. For a grand total of $80,000 support over the past 4 years. This is so that they can continue the great work that they do on a daily basis to expose our youth to a career in the trades industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Brent, for that very amazing announcement. You've been such a great supporter of junior achievement, and we appreciate everything you've done. Good evening, everyone. My name is Terry Windrum. Obviously, this ongoing pandemic has affected every one of us in ways that we never could have imagined before. Not long ago, we took for granted that we could attend events like this and go out for dinner with our friends and family and enjoy everything that our community has to offer. Over the last year or so, we've seen many succeed while others have struggled to survive even. We saw business and individuals with good financial literacy and financial management skills weather the storm, while those who were not fortunate enough struggled to find ways to hang on and succeed. And just so you know, Junior Achievement responds to these issues ongoingly by providing new and innovative ways to educate our youth while still offering their programs at no cost, as Patrick mentioned earlier, to schools and students. I think that's very important because as time goes on, I think you're going to see even more pressure on the school system and so on. So we need this investment to help people understand the opportunities that are there for their children. But according to a recent Boston Consulting Group report, 50% of JA alumni are more likely to open their own business, leading to innovation, new jobs, and wealth creation. And sometimes I think that gets lost in the world, that governments provide certain aspects of what we need to survive, and they provide the safety nets. But it's really business owners. It's the entrepreneur that creates the jobs and provides the innovation and drives things forward. Junior Achievement alumni, thank you, are 3 times more likely to hold senior and middle management positions in the respective fields of study. Junior Achievement continues to educate our children on the importance of financial literacy, thanks to the good work of John and his team and Cody and everyone. Entrepreneurship and work readiness so that our youth can spend more time planning for and dreaming about tomorrow and less time worrying about today. And that's why I support this organization. I encourage you to as well. Thank you.
I now can tell you, I got that announcement at 8 o'clock yesterday morning, and it's it's better than a cup of coffee to start your morning. And yeah. To tell to our board that we're on a roll, the day before at 3:45, we were starting to get packed up and for the end of the day, because we had a heavy schedule ahead of us Tuesday and today. And a notice came in from one of the other not-for-profits that we work with. They have funded us for 4 more positions. We call them internships, and that funding value was $99,600. So we're coming. We're coming. So what you're going to hear from us in the coming days, we've always had a legacy fund, and you can see we've got a logo and the whole bit. We're going to form a founders club, and we're going to look for 12 brave individuals. We've already got 2 of them who are willing to put up $10,000 in unrestricted funds that can help us put this organization together. Nationally, my national group gave us their strat plan that has us with an outreach, now not by us, all across Canada, to have 1 million kids that we're reaching within 3 years. What Terry and Brent are suggesting is that that's what's going to help drive that piece for Northern and Eastern Ontario. So watch your mailbox. Thanks, guys, and it does make it a treat when folks, and I know probably many of you use this expression, hey, he gets it, she gets it. That's great. Okay, second last duty I have to perform. our Master of Ceremonies, one of our Masters of Ceremonies, and also a second-year Chancellor. She did such a great job last year, we asked her to come back again. So she has been a great supporter of JA. She's a great supporter of women in the community, women in business. I could just spend a bit of time, but I think most of you know Monica Carmichael.
Thank you, John. I have the pleasure of not having to stand up. Me and Tiffany talked John into being able to sit here, not have to walk up the stairs in our heels. We haven't had our heels on in a while, just to say. But really, it is my pleasure and my honor to be here again. These evenings are so inspirational for me, educational, inspirational, uplifting, all those things, to be in a room with all these business leaders in a community that is so powerful and strong in times that are very challenging. Is truly an honor for me. So really, I want to welcome everybody here tonight. I want to welcome all those that are tuned in online. It is nice to know that we have people watching and celebrating the honors that are going to be given tonight. As my role as a chancellor, I have the opportunity to oversee the nomination process, and I've had that pleasure for the last 2 years. And I can tell you that through that process, not only have I come to learn and really be impressed by the programs, the hard work, and what is actually accomplished with junior achievement of Northern and Eastern Ontario here locally, but also the quality of the candidates and nominations and the people in this community. As I think you all know, we have 51 inductees, or 51 people that are already in the Business Hall of Fame, and tonight we have the honor of 8 more joining that amazing group to be the class of 2021. Amazing. So the nominations to be in the Business Hall of Fame, we look for leadership, we look for business acumen, we look for integrity, the scope of growth and economic development they have brought to our community, and also their community contributions. So each year we take nominations. I think you'll hear more a little later on that the nominations will be open as of October 25th. And it's really, you know, the people in this room collectively kind of really giving thought of who should be acknowledged, because there's so many in this community, and every year I'm just more than overwhelmed in the stories and the families and the foundation that this city has within it. So without further ado, this year I have the pleasure of having a co-MC who is probably one of the most generous and hilariously funny spirits that I know. So I am honored and I'm excited, because she's going to just keep this place laughing and smiling, to welcome Tiffany Arcani, who will be co-emceeing our event this evening. Tiffany, it is so nice to have you here. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I am no Michelle Ferreri. I'm a little uncomfortable. She's right there. I'm honored. I'm honored to be here today. Of course, local business, near and dear to my heart. I eat, sleep, breathe PTBO. And it's really, really special to be here and listen to these stories, especially, you know, we've been gone for some time. So thank you, everyone, for being here today. That being said, there's someone else in this room that is full of energy. You know her for her positivity and her leadership in this community. Sarah Evans from Century 21 United Realty. Welcome to the stage, my friend.
That was a nice introduction. Thank you. Can you guys hear me okay? Yes, maybe? It is my great honor to be here